right? So your mindset in the market has to be, if you don't have a target when you first trade, you're gambling. I told you I hit 5 to 10% of my trades, and if 10% is going, if it's still going good, I may leave a runner in there. Meaning, I may have 10 contracts, but I may sell 9 of them and leave one contract in there just to keep it, just to see what I could have made off of it, right? So you have to understand. For one, you have to have a target. So you cannot be emotional. You have to cut your losses. If you're down some, hey, cut your losses. Try again later. As well as you have to understand this is risk. Do not gamble your mortgage or your car note. I gotta say it because it's crazy. Yeah. People's like, hey, I see you making $1,000 a day, and I'm like, hey, I started out with extra money. I was working overtime. Yeah. Get extra money. I didn't touch my 401k or something like that. Don't gamble something that you don't have, right? So I mean, that's it, man. That's mindset right there. If you don't have a target when you start trading, man, you're gambling.
Okay, so number one, make sure you have a target. Target as far as like your 5 to 10%, or
you have a percentage, have a dollar amount you want to meet. Know what you're looking for before you enter that market. Know what you want to get at, right? Because if you don't, you gambling. Because just think, let's just say you cool with $100, right? Okay, what if it never goes to 100? What if it goes to 90 and then it goes all the way back down? Now you're under 90. You don't. Yeah. You like, I was up $90. Like I should have just took the 90. No, because if it gets close to that 100, it looks like it's going the other way. It's at 70 now. Let me just take my 70 out on one. Green is green. I done had on Tuesday, I made $2,500 on Monday, and then on Tuesday I made $56. I don't care as long as it's green. As long as I went home.
Market gave you something. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as I got. Hey, look. Hey. Usually I'm in the market for less than an hour anyway. So, I mean, it's not a lot of people getting paid $56 an hour. So who am I to complain?
That's what I'm saying. All right, y'all heard it. Definitely make sure you have your plan. Mindset is very, very important. So I want to talk about the $1,000 a day. So when we talk about $1,000 a day, I know some people might be thinking, okay, $1,000 a day. There's a difference between using $1,000 to make $1,000 because at 100% versus if you got 10 racks, you only got to do 10%. Can we talk about
exactly? Yeah, no, I got you. So look, here's the thing, right? I know I can hit 5% in the market today easily, like no problem. So if I wanted to put 20K in my account and do a 20K trade, I know I could walk away with $1,000 like superbly. But instead, to make me a more efficient trader, I have multiple accounts. So one of my accounts is I keep 10,000 or more in that account because I know if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I can hit 10% plus. So my 10% is $1,000 a day. So that's why I go off percentages, right? Because if I hit 15%, then it's 1,500 and so on and so on. And a lot of times people think trading bigger stocks gets you more money. That's not true. You don't have to trade Tesla. There's small stocks like SP 500, QQQ, Apple, things like that, where the contracts are cheaper and more affordable. But if they move, these things move $1, right? And you'll have, let me break it down. So if SPY moves $1, that's like Tesla moving $15. So that's you have to understand, playing smaller contracts and getting more of them can be more beneficial to you than you buying one contract of Tesla. Because that's what we have to understand, and that's what we have to realize is me having $10,000 in my account, knowing I can hit 10% a day. And even if you're not comfortable with hitting 10% a day, you can making $500 is cool. Remember, it's 253 trading days in a year.
Yeah.
So you can easily have a 6-figure year with making $500 a day. It's not a competition out here. Run your own race. As long as you come out green, you cannot complain.
Got you.
Right.
Got you. So I know that people are going to hear the percentage. Okay, 5 to 10%. We got some like serious note takers. How much should people start with? People like numbers. So like $5,000, $1,000.
$500. Here's the thing, right?
All right.
$500, right? And I'll break down why 500. Well, I use Thinkorswim. So I use TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. I like to explain them like Walmart and Sam's Club. They're the same company, right? But so what I do is I utilize $500 because if you have as long as you have $500 in your real cash trading account, then you won't get delayed charts. Delayed charts are, I don't know if anybody's seen Wolf on Wall Street, but if you see when somebody used to sell a stock, they used to drop it down in the tube and send it down to confirm. And now everything is digital, right? So with it being digital, delayed charts, they'll say, hey, say a stock is at $400. If you have delayed charts, you may see your stock may be reporting 15 minutes inaccurately. It may report what it was 15 minutes ago. So if you make your call or your put and it's inaccurate, you'll be like, hey, why am I losing money? So that $500 mark gives you the accurate charts. And with $500, you got to think about it. $500, I told you can hit 5% a day, right? You hit 5% a day. Let me give you some real numbers.
All right.
I'm about to go crazy. I'm gonna give you a gym. You ready?
Let's get it. Yep.
So if you start with let's say 1,000, right? I'm pretty sure everybody got $1,000. So you start $1,000, right? And you trade 5% of your account every day for 142 days, you'll have $1 million. For it's 253 trading, it's 142 days. It's $1 million challenge. Me and my coaches are actually doing. I can tell you right now. One of my coaches, I ain't gonna call him out because he don't like the platform, but one of my coaches is on pace to make $1 million, and I think he's only on his 80th day. Wow. So yeah, so it's 140 compound interest, 5% of your account from $1,000 a day. So from $1,000 a day, it's very obtainable. It just we have to have discipline. We got to understand when we have to cut our losses. But remember, that's compound interest. So you got $1,000. The next day it's 1,050. Then you trade that 1,050 and so on and so on and so on. But it's very possible. It's people. I know people out here making 30,000, six figure days, and they're making it look easy, right? But they took the discipline to learn, and they're not gambling. They're understanding the market at no one can predict the market, but they're understanding the market at a better rate than others. And the market is my freedom, man. I mean, I was able to quit my job from studying, right? Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I recommend definitely to get into the market for sure.
Definitely. So how long did it take you to become profitable? You say you lost 3,000 before, but was it like months? Like how long? Everybody's journey is different, but
everybody's journey is different. Yeah. I talk to a lot of traders and I like to ask them, hey, when did you feel comfortable trading? And the main answer that I get is 6 months. Everybody tells me 6 months is when they was like, all right, I'm doing this consistently. I became profitable probably in about 4 months because I was going back and forth with my strategies, trying to learn stuff. But within 6 months, I knew I can leave my job and consistently do this and make because I was making a decent amount of money at the post office. I was making like $280 a day, no overtime, but I was making also $288 a day in under 10 minutes in the market.
Stock market. Just on your phone.
Yeah, on my phone. So I was like, all right, do I want to deal with customers or would I rather make this money on my phone and have the rest of my day to myself?
Yeah.
So that's what made me really dive fully into the market. And I'm not telling everybody to quit their job. I know millionaires who have jobs and still trade and things like that. But you gotta understand that instead of going out looking for another job, look for a skill.
Yeah. That's definitely important during, the whole recession. And that's why I wanted to have you on the episode talking about stocks, options. So I'm definitely glad we're having this conversation because I think this episode is gonna change, somebody's situation.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know that sometimes some people get confused as far as like a cash account versus margin account. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. I break it down. So a margin account, I want y'all to understand a margin account is basically like somebody front you money, right? So say you got $500. Hey, we're going to give you $500 more to play with. So now you got $1,000 to play with, right? But you got to understand the risk involved with a margin account, right? So if you get a margin account and you're playing with the house's money and you lose the house's money, guess what? You still have to pay the house's money back, right?
Yeah.
On top of a percentage. Yeah. On top of a percentage. So if you hit with the house's money, okay, you won, but you still have to pay them back with a percentage. Versus a cash account, all that money is yours. All of that money is yours. And I know, and I'm going to give you another key because a lot of people may download Thinkorswim or whatever the case may be. But when you play with a cash account, you don't get flagged as a day trader. Right? A lot of times, a lot of my students, they'll be like, hey, I got flagged as a day trader user because they only want you to trade 3 times a week. If you're using a margin account, you have to have more than $25,000 in your account. And if you're using a cash account, it doesn't matter because guess what? You're playing with your money. Who cares if you day trade? They don't care how much you win or you lose as long as it's your money. You're not risking their money, right? So that's how I like to explain margin account. I like to kind of be, let people understand it from a different aspect because if you go look up the definition, you're like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
I like to break it down where people can kind of understand it.
So. Okay. Gotcha. Let's say day trading and swinging. Let's talk. Some people might not know what that is. Let's talk about
all right. So day trading, I'm a day trader. All right. I will swing some stuff, but I'll break that down too. So day trading, right, is basically you're seeing how the market's going. You know what's going on in the market. You can see the graphs, you can see the candles moving. You kind of know. Swinging is more or less of, hey, I'm holding this contract for a period of time. I'm holding this contract for a longer period of time to see how it goes. So a lot of people like to swing around earnings. And earnings is basically earnings is basically a company's revenue, right? So let's go for Amazon has earnings, right? So if Amazon sits right here and say, hey, we made a lot of damn money, guess what? People are going to pour their money into the stock. And if they pour their money into the stock is going to go up. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a call. So if I get the week before earnings and I think Amazon's revenue is great, I'm going to buy a contract early while it's cheaper, and hold that contract probably for 2 to 3 weeks out. So after earnings, when Amazon announces, because Amazon announced a lot of stocks only announce before the market or after the market. And I believe Amazon announces after the market. If Amazon announces, hey, we beat earnings, a lot of people are going to pour their money into the market. And therefore, my contract that I had that I've been sitting on for that week is going to fly up and I'm going to make a lot of money from it.
Yeah.
So basically, swinging is just holding a contract for a longer period of time. And day trading is, hey, I made my profit for the day off that contract. Let me sell it back to the market.
Okay, good. That's the perfect answer. So earnings, man, some people be becoming millionaires off of that. Some people be getting clapped. Would you recommend that?
So look, listen, lately with earnings, because I'm gonna be honest, I got hit on Microsoft and I was confused. You know, I'm always learning in the market though. So
yeah,
I bought a contract on Microsoft and I'm like, oh, I'm about to make some money off this. They be earning, it skyrocketed up. I'm like, I'm about to eat on this. When the market opened up and I was down, I was like, why am I down? We got to understand it's so many, the Greeks, right? There's Delta, Theta, Vega.
Oh, let's talk about those. Yeah. let's talk about holding and DK and everything. Well, finish your point.
Yeah. So I'm like, why am I losing on this contract? This doesn't make any sense, right? And the volatility of the contract basically cost me money because here's the thing, right? I got it so far out the money. I got the contract so far out the money because I thought I was gonna hit this price.
I'm sorry, we got to talk about in the money, out the money.
All right, my bad. So look, in the money basically is I like to call it the safe bet, right? It's basically saying, hey, it already. So if it's at $100 and I'm saying, hey, it's going to go to $101. I'm simply saying I'm gonna buy this contract at $100, and as long as it goes past this $100, I'm more profitable, right?
Yeah.
And then out the money is saying, hey, I'm betting it's going to go to this price. I like to make it like the casino, right? So say somebody come to you and say, hey, you got a 1 in 2 chance to win $50, but you got a 1 in 10 chance to win $1,000. Which person are you? You got to understand, are you a risk taker to try to win $1,000 in a 1 in 10 shot? Or are you the more conservative person that wants to play for the 1 in 2 chance to win the $50? I'm a conservative person, right? I like my odds with me. But the thing about your odds being with you, your contract is going to cost more.
Yeah.
I did a with my mentees on Thursday. I showed them, I said, look, this out the money contract is only going to cost me $16, but this in the money contract cost me $160. And I said, the difference is the out the money, the chances are slim for it to go there. So it's so cheap. But if it gets to that point, you're going to make a lot of money because who knew it was going to go there? So when you're playing in the money and out the money, you got to understand what's the chances of it going there. Or if it goes in, if you're playing in the money, you're good. It's the safe bet. If it goes the opposite direction, you're still losing less money because you already paid the price to get the contract anyways.
Yeah, I like that casino example, by the way. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
I can tell your mentees are going crazy.
Oh, what? Look, I went live on Facebook, what was it, last week on Thursday? I said, I'm going to just do live trading with y'all. I'm going to get back to the community. I think they brought in, somebody hit for 900 on the Tesla put out call. Somebody hit on, well, 2 people on 9. I like to kind of give back to the community as as possible. If you can wake up and make $900 in 5 minutes, I mean, you had a good day. I told them they owe me lunch though, because look, I can give you the game, but definitely pay me back. I like food, gift cards possibly. But I mean, honestly, trading and knowing all this knowledge that I have, I just have to, it's confusing. You can look at YouTube videos and things like that. But you need someone that goes back to me saying you can look at a course, but you need a coach to try to be transparent with you. I can hear, I see you giving a USC code game all day, right?
Yeah,
but
man.
if you break it down in layman's terms and somebody like look at it like this instead of this, then it's like, oh, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? And that's how you correlate and give it off. I like to give it to people where they can understand it, man. And that's what it's about.
Dope.